Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Subject2Change is here, and it's been long awaited. We took a little hiatus. I had this thing called college basketball to attend to, but we got a great episode. It's just me and Tom. We got college hoops, NBA Preseason starting up this week, and a whole bunch of other stuff, including Tom's weekly TikTok review. Him and Dave Portnoy or whatever just seem to love TikTok and all the relationships going on. But anyways, Tom, how you doing? How you been, brother?
I'm good. Why are you in a winter jacket? Why are you in a puffer right now?
I'm in the trenches, Tom. Okay. See my apartment right here? The AC, the whole thermostat thing is broken. I'm in the back room. I got a ring light as my only source of light throughout this house. And I have to wear a jacket because it's the winter time. What's up?
Welcome back to West Virginia, man. I'm glad that we're talking finally. How you're in the midst of the season. What, you're 5 games in?
5 games, should be 6. We were supposed to play, what's today? Third? We were supposed to play yesterday, but yeah, we're 5 games in.
What's going on with that? Why are games getting canceled? Is it all COVID stuff? Is it stressful?
It's not stressful as much as it's just kind of a nuisance at this point, especially in college basketball. I don't mean to say COVID is a nuisance because it's very, it's a serious thing and you want to keep people safe, as I've said before. But when you look down the line of just like college athletes, it sucks that we were missing games and canceling games considering that there are no fans. So we're not endangering anybody else. It's just us. And yeah, the unfortunate fact of the matter is more than half of my team has had it, way back in the, summertime. A lot of teams have gone through it, but, knock on wood. And thankfully nobody's really, had a, struggle with this, with COVID at the age of 19 and 20, and these college athletes, even though they might, be dealing with it well, we got to miss games because like Robert Morris yesterday had an outbreak. So it's kind of just, it's hit or miss every day. You don't know what your schedule is going to look like. But
what do you guys think about you guys hear what Coach K said?
That's what I was gonna ask you. Coach K, Jordan, I don't know if you heard it. He said that he kind of wanted to question, should we even be playing college basketball? Let's take a step back. Now, granted, this is after Duke, I think, lost 2 straight or 2 of the last 3 games. But he kind of was like, this is really stressful to play under all these conditions. And, people can't even focus on basketball. Are you sensing that? Do you have any thoughts on it?
No, I'm surprised. I don't know if Big Cat has commented on it, but he always likes, did he comment on it? He loves poking.
I saw tweets about it.
Yeah, he loves poking Coach K, especially when it comes to certain things. But, he's got a point for sure. I mean, you just want to keep everyone safe. And, nobody really has the answers, whether it's Bill Gates or Coach K or, even a lot of, medical professionals who say we don't have the answers. So I don't know. In my personal opinion, at 22, so take that how you want it, I think, let's play. I mean, we haven't, had any, extremely scary scenarios of college athletes, really struggling with the disease. I'm not saying I'm a doctor and know what's going on, but I think, for what it's worth, from what I've seen teammates deal with it. I've dealt with it myself. I don't have pre-existing conditions, but from what Coach K said, I don't know. I think society needs sports. I do know that. I think we went through a time where it was like, man, everybody, the bubble was a huge, just breath of fresh air, normalcy. But yeah, it's a tough balance. I don't necessarily agree that we should stop the season or not play this year, but he's got a valid point. It's Coach K. Everything he says is valid.
Yeah, Coach K is amazing, and I'm curious if you've met him before. But it is weird though, right? And you mentioned it before, no fans. I mean, you played the number 1 team in the country the other day. There's this huge matchup. There's no fans. Is that the weirdest part? It's for a viewer, it's kind of whack watching it with no fans sometimes to me. I still love it, and I'm watching games. I'm watching players get fired up, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Does it
hear something?
Does it feel like you're watching a closed scrimmage?
Yes, 100%.
100%. So that's funny. So you bring up our one loss this year is against Gonzaga. They're ranked number 1, still are, and we played them in Indianapolis. We jumped in because Tennessee had COVID issues. Hugs called up and said, we'll play them. I think we can give them a run for their money, which we did. I mean, we can go into that later, but just the whole COVID thing, we go into Indianapolis and we're playing in, what is it, Bankers Life, I believe is the Pacers facility or arena.
Yeah.
And there is just nothing. You can hear a pin drop from the time you go out to, stretch and warm up to, pregame 60 minutes. We're all, in layup lines. And unless you got AirPods in, the dude's playing like Kesha and something off the radio.
Yeah, high school game.
It's like it's a high school game. And on top of that, there's not the same energy. So it's a whole different ball game. It is a whole different ball game. You're seeing a lot of really good teams, get beat because it just comes down to who's playing better. There's no home court advantage. We've had games in the Coliseum where, we get down to a team we shouldn't be down on. We make a little bit of a run, and now all of a sudden they got to deal with 14,000, screaming fans. And now they realize, okay, we're in Morgantown, and, there is a little bit of a difference compared to just an empty gym, which for basketball purists, I mean, the best teams are going to win. That's what it's going to come down to, and who stays healthy.
Yeah. Your one loss to Gonzaga. They're obviously like number one team in the country right now. Our guy, Jalen Suggs. Had you ever played Jalen before? I know he's younger than you, but you guys both played UA.
Yeah, we played UAA. I've seen him play on Sizzle, but I didn't personally ever play him, no.
What was it like playing against him? I saw you guys match up a couple times also. Or like, what's like Hug saying before the game about him particularly, or Gonzaga as a whole?
Oh man, I mean, Jalen Suggs is he uses his whole quarterback experience and forte. Let me run that back. He uses his whole quarterback forte, the stuff he's done in high school. He's got extremely good vision. He's just a good all-around player. I mean, we watched film on Gonzaga and just their team in general. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They're deep at every position. And they're a veteran team as well. They have a really good makeup for sure. Do I think, we had them at times in Indianapolis? For sure, going into halftime, we're up, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 points and felt like we were in a good position. So it was a good test for us. Would we have liked to learn, some of the things we did wrong coming out with a W against number one? Sure. But, sometimes you gotta lose and learn. That's just the unfortunate part about basketball at times.
Did he get hurt in the game against you, or was that a different game?
Yeah, he tweaked his, I don't know if it was Achilles or ankle, but
everyone thought he tore his Achilles. Like, you don't understand. The internet went insane about it. It was like, Jalen Suggs tore his Achilles. Why do you ever go to college? And then he came back in 10 minutes later, and I was like, oh, he's totally fine. Yeah,
he definitely proved toughness. That's for sure. I mean, you saw even the look on Mark Few's face when it happened. It didn't look good for sure. So I was happy it wasn't that, but definitely a little bit of a scary.
Wait, are you surprised Mark Few is like such a good coach? I kind of look at him and I'm like, wait a minute.
I mean, dude, at the end of the day, I'm thinking, okay, what do I want to do down the road after I'm done playing the game? And coaching for sure is something that I'm thinking about. And I can't speak on that because eventually I'm gonna probably be balding. I'm gonna be kind of goofy looking, just 5'9", look like maybe an assistant or substitute teacher. And, coaching some of the best athletes in the country, but he's a damn good coach. That's all I do know about Mark Few.
The Gonzaga team is weird because they always have like those random teams that do well, and they've had the 4-year white guys and everything, and they kind of still have that with like Drew Timmy or whatever his name is. That guy somehow scores like 70 points in a game and like gets all these wide open layups. But now they're adding Jalen Suggs, like a one and done kid. They got Nemard, who's like a young athletic guy who probably would end up in the league. And I think they have a really good chance of landing Chet Holmgren too, another guy who would probably be a one and done type kid. So it's interesting to see what that program does. You guys won the first tournament though, right?
Yeah, we played down in South Dakota.
Ended up celebrate after that, or is it like whatever?
It's also weird. You
won something.
Us 15 or whatever guys and staff, we celebrate. We're happy, but the aura and like what you associate with sports and like competition, it's just not there right now. I truly hope that by NCAA tournament time, we can at least start thinking about certain capacities. We were supposed to start with 25%, and they rolled that back. So now we got no fans for our first home game tomorrow against North Texas.
We got breaking news that just came in. Jeff Goodman, he's like one of the main college basketball guys. He just tweeted out breaking news. Duke is not planning on playing any more non-conference games. Obviously, that could change down the road, but that is the plan right now for Coach K and the Blue Devils. So
Go ahead.
No non-conference games for Duke anymore.
I am bowing out of this conversation due to the fact that I'm in college basketball and have an immense amount of respect for Coach K and everything he does. But I know that you have thoughts on this, and based on what happened in the last few games and kind of the whole Big Cat thing we were just talking about, what's your take on Duke bowing out of non-conference schedule?
Well, I'm a Duke fan at heart. I grew up like loving JJ Redick and loving Jay Williams and Chris Duhon, and then like they got Zion, who's like my favorite player ever, probably him and LaMelo.
LaMelo's gonna be pissed. Go ahead.
LaMelo and Zion. LaMelo, like, never even thought about him going to college, so I couldn't even like pick a team there. But the thing that's hard is like, sure, maybe that's the best move for his program, but like he's such a he has to realize how big of a name he is. Like that's gonna affect all of college basketball. Like now, if you don't do it, like people are gonna judge you and be like, why aren't you doing what Coach K is doing? It feels like there's my thing. I'll make it quick. Is like I think there's a bigger point he's trying to make in that I've seen multiple times now over the past year or 2 years. He said like there's not one voice of college basketball. There's not a leader of college basketball. I don't know if this is him trying to be the leader of college basketball, and like honestly, he probably freaking should be. But like he constantly, I feel like he's taking shots at the people who are in charge of making these decisions. And this to me is him just being like, if you're not going to be like the grown up, I will be, and everyone should like do what I'm doing. And honestly, I can't see a lot of teams following this. I don't think that we see it. Different parts of the country are different. I mean, you're going to play games with fans in the Big 12. Like that's just how it is. And like, he's not going to. Are you excited? So that's why you can't say anything on this.
No, I'll jump in real quick.
Yeah,
so,
go ahead,
like,
jump, Spence.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. Obviously, like Coach K is, I mean, Hugs is one of those guys. Patino, like there's a lot of guys, but Coach K, I mean, it's Coach K, right? So everybody listens when he says. My bigger concern is like guys like Jalen Johnson. So I mean, obviously he was probably going to be a top 5 pick after this season anyway, but less games means less opportunity to show off your skill. And we've already seen like guys like RJ Hampton, an injury can have a lasting effect on you. And you know, what are those guys thinking about it?
And he could have went to the G League. Like this is like, he also like lost money end games now. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
But here's the thing with me. I play for a guy in Coach Huggins who, if it was his decision, I mean, well, a lot of things are his decision around here. So one thing's for damn sure is we're going to play as many games as we can possibly can. I mean, Robert Morris dropped out Wednesday. Hugs got on the phone with everybody and anybody who would play. It didn't matter who it was. I mean, we're bringing in a really good Conference USA North Texas team, but he would have taken literally anybody. Like if overtime wanted to get 5 guys together, you, Spence, you know,
wow, we should do that.
Call, Scott, yeah, Josh, everybody, he would have played you guys. It wouldn't have mattered. He just wants to play basketball, which is what I love about Hugs. And, you know, he's extremely true to who he is. He doesn't waver from anything. So, you know, yeah, is Coach K bringing up a valid point? Sure. Is not playing non-conference games going to, you know, do a whole lot else? I don't know. I don't know. He's smarter than I am. He's won a lot more basketball games than I have. So you got to just
won a lot of basketball games.
He's won a lot of basketball games.
Wait, Spence or Jordan, the one thing I'm not sure about though, is he saying that his players are at risk by playing non-conference games, or is he saying that like mentally it's too overwhelming to have to think about this all the time? That's the one part I don't really understand his argument. You guys might not know either.
I think it's both. I think it has a lot to do with, you know, these guys aren't getting a holiday season now. Nobody's going home to be with their families. Plus, like the risk of COVID. I mean, he's older. I just think, I don't know.
He's protecting himself, the old man. Wait, we have more breaking news that just came in. Someone else just sent me breaking news. Sources confirm that the NHL is planning the private purchase of a COVID vaccine for consultants involved in the potential upcoming season. So the NHL, I think, is getting the vaccine first.
Yeah, good job, NHL. That'll be good PR. You just stealing vaccines from nursing homes, you assholes. What? Jesus. I don't know who is their public relations office, but call me. You guys need help. I got you. My goodness.
shout out to the ACC, like trying to do that stuff. But meanwhile, the Big 12 is the best conference in basketball, I think.
Ooh, I like it. I agree.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Do you watch other Big 12 games more than anything else?
Yeah, I just watch league games, especially we're 2 games away before we play Iowa State, at home for our league opener. So, I pretty much just watch the league and stuff.
Co-producer Josh Rudy just keeps sending just absolute gems. Duke only had 2 more non-conference games, and they're against like absolute scrubs. So like
that's what we have 2 more. We have North Texas Friday tomorrow, and then we play Richmond, number 19 Richmond on Sunday. ESPN, I think 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Eastern sometime. I don't know. Make sure you guys tune in. That'll be.
I think LaMelo has a preseason game then, so it might be tough for me. But what other Big 12 teams look tough so far? I mean, Texas has, they're all good, right? Did you expect Mac to play? Like, I know we all like Mac and we thought he would do well, but right from the jump to be scoring like 20 points, 25 points in different games, kind of surprised.
Yeah, Mac plays a lot like a scoring guard that we have in Deuce McBride. They play extremely similar. They hunt it. I knew Mac was going to do well in the Big 12 because they play defense in the Big 12, but it's also like a play in open space. He's in a good system. So I knew he was going to be just fine.
He's done really well. Some of our guys, freshman Greg Brown on Texas, really, really good. Texas, I texted someone, I think maybe Spencer last night. I feel like Texas plays every single night. I know they played like 1 more game than you guys, but I promise you that's wrong. I think they played 150 basketball games so far this year, so shout out to Texas. Any other comments on the Big 12?
Texas, this is the best Texas team I've seen in a long time. I'm not even
Spencer is wearing a Texas hat.
As he's wearing his Longhorns hat. This is not a biased statement by any means.
When I was a junior,
the mascot's behind him.
When I was a junior in college, that was when we were ranked number 1 in the country. We had Tristan Thompson, Avery Bradley, Corey Joseph, Damian James, like 4 NBA guys. And this Texas team is better than that team. They just play better. They're playing together. Like Jordan, I'm your guy. Like you're my guy. But
who's the point guard?
This is a good Texas team.
Who's the point guard? Matt Coleman.
Courtney. They're loaded. I mean, the Big 12 is just stupid loaded. It always is.
Yeah, they've got like veteran leadership around a couple young guys. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Can I tell you why I'm never hyped on Texas? I think I'm still Spencer's. Maybe they were on the podcast. I got a chance. One of the first college basketball games I ever went to was Kevin Durant's freshman year for Texas against Villanova. And I got box seats. This old guy hooked me up. It was Kevin Durant's only game where he didn't score like 40. He scored like 9 points. It was awful. He didn't play well. The game was terrible. And I love KD, but that game, I'm salty on Texas forever.
Let's talk about the NBA because the Big 12 is loaded. We know this college basketball hopefully doesn't follow in where that's going with Coach K and everything. I hope we're playing games. Anyways, the NBA is kind of I'm losing it right now. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. Let's talk about the NBA. The Big 12 is loaded. We know this, but a lot of stuff, a lot of moves being made in the NBA. What are your thoughts on all the Harden talk? Because today it's been all about where James Harden is going, and I didn't even know that was even a thought process of he might leave Houston.
I hate this because I just want to be pro player always. Like I want the players to get whatever they want and do whatever they want. But I just can't sit here and make the case that James Harden, who has gotten like everything he possibly could want in Houston, should be able to demand a trade and just like get traded all of a sudden. Like if I were Houston, I'd probably just hold on to him. Like he's, I don't know, the 5th best player in the NBA, and they just got John Wall. They got rid of Russell Westbrook for him. They got rid of CP3 for him in the past. Like they kind of just need to do what they're going to do and kind of see how it goes from there.
Well, yeah, for sure. I can see that kind of going on behind closed doors. But now if you're John Wall, did you just show up to a title contender who's now going to lose its title contender? Like, what happens now? You're just alone in Houston, and maybe you're going to get who? I don't know. If Harden goes to the Nets, maybe. What are they going to get?
So they're saying that Houston is literally saying like, you need to send us back a future Hall of Famer and like multiple first round picks for anything. So really the only option right now is the Sixers to trade for Ben Simmons. Today it came out that he wants to go to the Heat or the Bucks, which is hilarious because like the Heat are probably the last team in America that would want James Harden just from like a culture fit and everything. And the Bucks, I thought he hated Giannis. So
wait, why does he hate Giannis?
They've had a lot of beef. Giannis has said that he wouldn't draft him in the All-Star game because Harden doesn't pass. And then Harden was like, I have more assists than you. And then he threw the ball off his head that one time. Remember when he rifled that pass off of Harden's face?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. But and then another story came out that this is the most interesting thing to me. The Rockets would only trade him to the Nets if they got Kyrie or KD back. So like they don't want the Karis LeVert, Dinwiddie package. They're like, okay, give us a star. So if you were the Nets, you got KD, are you trading Kyrie for James Harden?
No, absolutely not. I'm not trading either Kyrie or KD. Not if I'm ownership. But if I'm Houston, I don't know. If I send James Harden, I'm gonna expect, I don't know, Kyrie and Steve Nash. I want a full, house cleaning. But I don't think the Nets are in any way, shape, or form ready to even entertain that. And like you said, the Heat don't really – I don't think they need that. Jimmy Butler has the helm of the ship. He's got things running smoothly. He's proved to be the leader that everybody, at first didn't see him being. So I don't know where he goes. All right,
so predict. Where's he start the season? Where's he finish the season? Because he's probably – the season starts in 3 days.
I think he finished. I think he stays in Houston. I think all this eventually they figure it out. They iron things out, and I think he stays in Houston.
Okay, I'm gonna predict that he gets traded to the Sixers.
Sixers. That's a good look. That's a good look. Is that a fair 1-for-1? Ben Simmons?
No, God, no.
It's not.
No, it's Ben Simmons and some picks.
Who just came out and said Ben Simmons is like a young LeBron right now?
Not me. I'm not a Ben Simmons guy.
Somebody just came out and said Ben Simmons is on track or can finish as like the greatest player of all time.
Okay, well, that person.
Hey, Spencer, can we find out who did that? Who said that?
Speaking of people that can be maybe the best player of all time, we're getting into this rookie class. Rookies are in training camp right now. Season's about to start. Give me the rundown. Who's winning Rookie of the Year? And actually think about it. Don't be a jerk about this.
Don't be a jerk. Well, when have I ever been a jerk, Tom? When? Other than the LaMelo stuff, I leave you alone about a lot of things. Who's going to be Rookie of the Year? Man, I think James Wiseman has a legitimate shot to be Rookie of the Year just based off numbers. Now, especially with Klay Thompson unfortunately getting injured. They have two legit weapons in Steph and Wiseman at this point. And Wiseman, it's also nice that he's playing on a team where people aren't focused on him. A lot of rookies, even in Charlotte, yeah, they have a lot of really good players. Devontae Graham is unreal, but LaMelo is going to take a lot of heat night in and night out because people see LaMelo and their ultimate goal is to shut overtime Tom up and lock LaMelo down. So Wiseman has a little bit, more room for error. He's kind of a little bit more comfortable, I feel like, in his position in his draft. So I think he's the Rookie of the Year. What about you? Or why is LaMelo Ball going to be Rookie of the Year?
Okay, LaMelo Ball will 100% be Rookie of the Year, and this is why. So he's going to have the most control over a team of any rookie probably, right? Like Anthony Edwards might do well in Minnesota and might end up having the best career, but he's behind D'Lo and Karl Anthony Towns. He has no shot there. LaMelo has full control of the team, it seems, already. Like, if you see some of the highlights that are coming out, the way the team is pushing him out, he is the point guard. He is passing the ball. Like, multiple players have already came out and been like, I can't believe his vision. Like, this is insane. Coaches are coming out saying it. He's been super locked in. He's shooting the ball well. Him and Gordon Hayward are shooting together a lot. Like, all the videos of him shooting around have been with Gordon Hayward, which I think is cool because LaMelo can go one of two ways sometimes where it's like, oh, I'm going to learn from the really good players and try to be a really good basketball player, and the other side do his own thing. he's going to have control. He's in the Eastern Conference, so he's going to have much like more nights where he can kind of take over and do his own thing. And you already know, I think he's the best player in the draft, but I think his situation is also the best. I think James Wiseman's really interesting. I think that he has potential to probably be the second leading scorer on that Warriors team behind Steph.
Yeah.
That's a good one without Clay. I just think that, like, if it comes down to it and it's close, it's going to be LaMelo. The tough thing for LaMelo is that he has a lot of other guards, right? He has Terry Rozier, Devontae Graham, Hayward. I don't think LaMelo's going to score a ton. What would you predict LaMelo's stat line for his rookie year?
I think he goes 11-6. 11.6 assists.
I don't think that's that far off. I think he's like a 13-7.5, 13-8 type. I don't like. I'm not here to say that he's gonna come in and shoot the ball extremely well. It looks like he changed his shot again a little bit, so that's gonna take time. But I do think he'll come in and he'll run the team and probably be the best player. And I do think he'll win Rookie of the Year.
The other thing, I think he'll also get rebounds. He's such a long guard. Like, he's gonna. I know Tom's not going to love this comparison, but like, I see him having a similar stat line to when Michael Carter-Williams won Rookie of the Year. You know, he's going to get a lot of opportunities. He's going to hit the floor. I don't think they're chasing a title this season. So I see like that 13 points, 6-7 assists, 4, 5, 6 rebounds, and he'll shine some nights. I do think like he could have a triple-double or 1 or 2 triple-doubles when the season's done. I wouldn't be surprised. And you're right, James Wiseman, like, there's less pressure. He's going to, you know, he could give you 18 points and 8 rebounds a game, but we'll see. My question, I think it's going to be close. It's those two guys. Here's my question for you guys. Over, under 5 turnovers a game for LaMelo.
5?
I'll go under on 5. I'll go under on 5.
4.
Right at the line. I'll take 4. I'll take 4 for sure. But this just in, Tom, we can make the headline of this podcast. Our producer just said that Michael Carter-Williams is better than LaMelo Ball. How's that for twisting some words? God, I love this media stuff. It's so easy.
Michael Carter-Williams comparison is more similar to Jello Ball, who's in the NBA now also. And I just want to make it clear that all 3 Ball brothers are in the NBA, just like LeVar predicted.
That is pretty.
How sick is it that Jello's in the NBA? Who would have thought? People were saying that he sucked. People were saying he couldn't even play in college.
Hey,
dude.
You know, listen, we got to get Sada Baby back on the podcast because he's on the Pistons.
Yes. Pistons are going to be good. Shout out to Killian Hayes and Derrick Rose.
I'm not going to lie. Sada Baby and Jello really might end up being boys. He might be in the studio, or as they like to call it, the stew. He might be in the stew with Sada for sure, actually.
Wait, Spence, were you messing with me last night? That Jello Ball, there's a Jello Ball billboard in Detroit. That's real.
I don't know if that's real or no. Actually, it did look real, but
they put up a Jello Ball billboard in Detroit already.
Unbelievable. My God.
You ever been on a billboard?
Oh, why do I want to say for like a big AAU event? They like the tournament took out money and put like 6 people like on it. I think it was. I don't know. Maybe.
I just wanted to say that I've been on one.
Is that why you brought it up? You just softball lob that one to yourself?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty funny, Jordan. What we did at All-Star Weekend last February, pre-COVID, at all the billboards, like when you arrive in baggage claim, they're like the virtual billboards. It's like every 3rd slide was like Larry and Tom and Chloe and Jess and Megan, like all the overtime people like throwing up the O and like showing off their shirts. And like everyone, I went there, I was at All-Star Weekend and like I was on the flight with like the Sports Center people and the ESPN people. And everyone's getting their luggage like these motherfuckers from overtime.
Dude, that's
I've
great
never
brand
been more
recognition. I
uncomfortable
love
than
it.
that photo.
No, that's an understatement for sure. But it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, it wasn't good. All right, enough of the rookie stuff. We got a bunch of other things. Chris Paul to the Suns. Thoughts? Are they going to be sick?
Yes, they will be kind of like the Blazers have been I think the Blazers kind of move up into the upper middle part of the West. I think they kind of shock some people this year, and then I think the Suns are that like dangerous 6-7 seed that you don't want to play. Might knock out a good team early in the first round. They are very, very good this year for sure.
Yeah, my Jazz. I love the Jazz because I love Donovan Mitchell. They keep getting bumped down, and I think, which is tough. Dennis Schroeder to the Lakers. He said something crazy already, but good Lakers. Are they going to repeat? Everyone said that it's like done. I don't think that at all.
The more I look at it, I don't see who beats them. I don't know. The Clippers have an amazing team, but I don't know if they're going to put it together or not.
Paul George. Everyone was complaining about him, saying that how bad playoff P was. He just signed, I think, maybe the biggest NBA contract ever today, $270 million over 5 years. Was that a good move?
That's a good move on the Clippers' part. Yeah, Paul George is unbelievable. The disrespect that he gets, he had a tough playoff. It is what it is. I think he's worth the money. 270 though, that's more than what Giannis's extension is going to be. It's like 228 for Giannis over 5.
That's more than Jake Paul's getting for his fight.
That's more than what?
We're going to get to Jake Paul, who could play in the NBA.
Don't worry. The YouTubers, everybody.
How many years until Paul George is no longer on the Clippers? This feels like 2 years and he's gone.
That's a good guess. We talked a lot about that. We talked a lot about the Houston stuff. Let's talk about the Pelicans. Let's talk about whether or not you think that's a title contender right there or not. Is it hype? Because there's a lot of hype going around right now, and Zion deserves everything that he gets. But this man's ranked 19 by ESPN. That's ahead of Kyrie, Jamal Murray, Brad Beal, Paul George. Like, I don't know. Are the Pelicans overhyped at this point? Are they a real contender?
This is reason 10 billion why I hate ESPN with everything inside of me, because like Zion might be the most liked and well-respected human in the entire world, and ESPN would do the one thing that could make people like not like him as much, and that's overrate him slightly. Do I think he'll finish the season a top 20 player in the NBA? Yes, but to do that in the preseason is just ridiculous. I don't think the Pelicans are a title contender. They're still my favorite team in the NBA for this upcoming season because I like Lonzo and I like Zion. But a title contender, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Does Kyrie deserve to be ranked behind Zion Williamson? Given his body of work, given what he did in 16 to the Warriors, are you really going to tell me he deserves to be ranked behind Zion? It's not Zion's fault. Let's get that clear. But does he deserve to be lower than 19?
I'm mad at Kyrie. Kyrie could have easily been my favorite player in the NBA. And at one point, I think he probably was. Like, the layups and the dribbling and, he's just so cool, and I wear his shoes when I play. But, the saying LeBron's not clutch thing subliminally, and then some of the other – and getting hurt a bunch and kind of messing with the Celtics, I don't care. Any of it. He should not be ranked lower than Zion.
What about Jamal Murray? He's a little younger, but he was a dog in the bubble.
Why was he so good in the bubble?
Hey Siri, how much did Jamal average in the bubble?
No, I'm saying why was he so good?
Siri's not working.
I found this on the web.
Oh my God, it works. Bubble stats. You honestly don't think Jamal Murray is above Zion?
I didn't say that. I was setting you up.
24 points, 6.3.
I was setting you up for a Jamal Murray girlfriend joke.
Rebounds. Oh. What makes him so good?
Anyways, Jamal Murray is Jamal Murray lower than Zion?
Yeah.
That is awful. Jamal Murray was the best player in the NBA for a little bit at the end.
I know. This dude was an all-star in the bubble.
I hate ESPN so much. Can I tell you why I hate them so much?
I was just about to ask because you posted something on your story last night, and I figured I'd just let you sleep it off, but you just not happy with SportsCenter.
No, and this has been forever, but finally I just I don't care, and I'll say it. They are such a wannabe overtime, and not that overtime's great, and I love it, and it's my favorite thing in the world, but how would you want to – you're the biggest place in the world. Why are you trying to copy everything we do? So basically what they do is They see the videos we post and they take them and they post them on their pages, and they don't tag us. They don't do anything. They act like they came up with them themselves. And it's just like, you're so bad at your job if you're just going to like copy everything someone else does. And I'm just like, I'm tired of it. And I'm like, they're scared of us for some reason when they're like billions of people and dollars bigger than us. And it's just awful. But that's just what I have to say about that.
You know what?
And one more thing. Okay. One more thing.
Okay.
You look on like their social media sometimes, or even on TV and stuff, they add in Snapchat text and it's fake. Like they literally like fake it. Like they act like you, like say you have a sick video, right? Like you cross up a girl and you dunk on someone and like you do all it's like this amazing viral video, right? They'll add in Snapchat text when they post it and pretend that you added it yourself. And it's like fake. It's like, how whack are you? Like they're just not cool.
Tom, you seem like you have a very unhealthy relationship with SportsCenter. And what I think you should do is you should block them so they can't steal your content. That's what I think you should do.
No, this is a warning. One more time, and I'm calling them out from overtime. Like, it's one more time, and they're getting the full call-out treatment from overtime. And our fans do not mess around.
No, the 13-year-olds don't play games. You're right.
Exactly.
They really don't. If you're over 13, I love you. And if you're listening to this pod over 13, I love you too. But, you know, it is what it is. But let's talk about really what's important. Let's get to the meat of the podcast. Jake Paul did something disrespectful, something that unfortunately turned Nate Robinson, a friend of the show, into 2020's biggest meme so far. Nobody's like really done the meme thing because nobody's been able to do anything. And then coming out of quarantine, the first thing that happens is Nate Robinson gets KO'd by the YouTuber. It's unfortunate for sure. But now it's getting out of hand because Logan Paul, his older brother or whatever brother, is going to fight Floyd Mayweather. Thoughts on both of these?
Did you watch the fight, the Jake Paul fight?
No, I didn't. I had to stop going on Instagram just due to the Nate Robinson slander. I'm telling you what, there's a civilian out there who's going to say the wrong thing at the wrong time in front of Nate Robinson. And what I know about Nate Robinson is the man is an athlete, and they will get folded in public. I want that video. All these people talking crazy. Oh, yeah. This dude is a basketball player. He got in the ring. Other people wouldn't have got in the ring. Somebody is getting knocked out in public. Nate, all the power to you. If it's Tom, all the power to you. It won't be Tom, though. Won't be Tom.
I don't want to fight Nate Robinson. I think it's really bad. But
you don't want to fight anybody, right?
I would fight someone if I had to. I picked Jake Paul to win the fight beforehand, but for overtime, Nate Robinson is a friend of overtime, so I did make it seem like overtime thought that Nate would win the fight, even though deep down I did not believe that. So I kind of like was mad that I had to play both sides. Like everyone said it, you can't mess around with boxing. Like I don't really understand how Nate didn't. It seems like he didn't train at all. Do you think he trained?
Yes, I know Nate trained for sure, but boxing, I mean, it's not something you just kind of pick up. Even though these Paul brothers are, millionaire YouTubers, they definitely they're big. Like Logan is really big compared to even Mayweather.
Huge. I've been watching the Paul brothers for like 5 years now. Like when I first got into the overtime thing, like my boss was like, you got to check out whoever's big on YouTube and stuff and see what they're doing. And people used to make fun of me because I would watch their vlogs, but I learned a ton from it because like they understand the internet probably better than anyone. They don't care. Like they think that they're not, the money stuff and the publicity is important, but you can't fake that. Like you can't fake thinking you're going to dominate everything. Like they just seriously think and kind of know that like they're those dudes.
No, but Jake Paul is he's the problem child for real. I know he coins that name for himself, but he is the problem child, and you can see it. But let's move away from the Jake and Nate thing because the Nate Robinson, the slander is just ridiculous to me.
Yeah, we love you, Nate.
Yeah, I got one thing to say about it. This is the tough part for me, and I don't think Nate knew this going into it, but I think I saw some TikTok that kind of said it best, but this next generation, these kids that are 10 through 15 or I don't know, 10 through 18 even, like that is how they're going to remember Nate when like all three of us are small guards growing up. Like Nate
Right.
was somebody we idolized as basketball fans and basketball players. Like Nate ran down and like blocked LeBron shit when LeBron was at his peak in the NBA. Like that, I just hate that this fucking bullshit fight could overshadow that Nate Robinson.
And Nate should have been fighting. Spencer should have. Spencer boxes.
Yeah, I saw Spencer's getting a little.
Jake Paul, I'm coming for you, dog.
Oh my God, you would. I would be worried about your health.
You don't think he could hang with Jake? I think he could.
Yeah, I'm gonna start taking steroids tomorrow.
Let's okay, give me You just completely disqualified yourself from the fight. Good job, Spence. Anyways, let's get into Logan Paul Mayweather. Give me a prediction for that fight.
Okay. This is actually hard because, like I said, I've said Jake would win. I like Floyd Mayweather for like all the terrible things he's done. Like if you watch his training videos and stuff, like they get you hyped. And like I definitely want my kid to be a boxer. Like I do. Like and I want to ask you what you want your kid to be, because don't lie and say you should be a basketball player, because like it's really hard for a shorter person to be a basketball player. Yeah. So I'm curious what you think there, but I think that Logan Paul will not get knocked out. That is my one prediction. That he's like not like people just think he's bad, so he's gonna get killed by Floyd. I do not think Logan will get knocked out, and I do think Logan will land a few good punches. I watched back the Floyd versus McGregor fight the other day because I'm just an absolute loser, and I watched it at like 4 a.m. McGregor absolutely like clocked Floyd a few times in the early rounds, and I think Logan will hit him a couple times. What do you think?
Here's what I think. I think it takes one hit to ruin 50 wins. It takes one really, really good hit and this man, Logan Paul, is going into this fight with no just reckless abandonment, no regard.
Logan has never won a fight.
I don't care. This man is like 6'5", 260. He's huge. He's big. Okay, I might have exaggerated that, but listen, here's my prediction for the fight, just for the fun of it. I got Logan Paul in a second round knockout. Just imagine 2020 being capped. No, I know, but everybody's like, oh, I can't. And yeah, Floyd's gonna probably win for sure. But listen, think outside the box. Everybody, we all need this a little bit. Just give it a shot. Go watch some Maverick YouTube vlogs and start being a little bit of a Paul fan, even though he's done some stupid shit. I have Logan Paul with a right hook. Something might drop from the ceiling, get in Floyd's eye. Right hook, Logan Paul knockout. Could you imagine what would happen? The internet would literally burst into flames. That's my prediction. I got Logan Paul in this fight. Everybody can hate me, whatever. We'll talk in a few weeks.
I hope you're right for like my own enjoyment, but I hope you're wrong because like that would ruin the sport of boxing.
Yeah, it would. It would completely illegitimize boxing as a whole.
Like Mike Tyson has to fight him next, then, right? Like if Logan beats Floyd, every boxer has to go fight Logan. Like they have to go 70-0 versus Logan to like redeem themselves.
For sure. I like to do it. I like to think that way just for my own enjoyment and to piss off some people who claim to be, because they got a everlasting bag in the garage, and they fight it, when they get pissed off on the weekends and their football team loses. Those are the people I want to piss off with that comment. But I got Logan Paul beating Floyd Mayweather. Take it or leave it. I don't care. But let's continue with what if that happens. And on top of everything that's happening with aliens right now, have you seen or heard anything about that?
Apparently there's aliens in just chilling on our country waiting for us to die.
No, there's aliens already on Earth according to this. Where's he from, Spencer?
Israel. Ex-space head of space ops in Israel. Some guy.
I don't even know if Israel has a space operations. I think that guy gave himself that own title and said, you know what? this clout thing is easy. I'm just going to make something up that's just absurd. So they're saying that aliens are on Earth right now. True or false in your mind, Tom? Do you believe that?
Yes. Sure.
Okay. And they're saying that we're not ready. Like the human, race is ready. That's completely true. And we're still trying to get over the Nate Robinson fight. We're not ready for that kind of news. But here's my real question coming from that. If you had to pick one person, you were like, all right, I got you. You're definitely a freaking alien. Who are you picking?
Who is an alien already?
Right now. I already have this in my brain if you want me to go first.
The person I was going to say would have been so inappropriate. Friend of the show. Who is an alien right now? Kyle Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma? What?
Yeah, he gives me alien vibes. I don't think aliens are going to like show up and be awesome at things. Like I think they're just going to be like, not that Kyle Kuzma's not good at basketball, but he's not like the best ever. He's my alien choice. He's weird. Who is your alien?
Okay, here we go. Real quick. I need a tight zoom, and it's my computer, so I'm going to zoom. Listen. Bill Walton, I know you're an alien. I know your secret, and it's okay, all right? We're going to try to keep it as suppressed as we possibly can. But I need you to at least come and confirm it with me. I understand. I've listened to so many Pac-12 games. I've heard you talk about the most absurd thing about the landscapes around the arenas that they're playing in. It's okay. It's okay, Bill. This is a safe space. I know you are an alien. I just want confirmation. All right? That's it. Is that fair?
Wait, that's a good one. I don't think you're wrong. I think he might just be kind of on drugs. But if you go face to face with an alien, are you swinging? Are you like saying what's up? Are you scared? Are you like?
What, are you going to swing on an alien? I mean, you can't. There's no. I'm 100% going to try to make friends with them because they're aliens. You don't win those kind of fights. So no,
I don't think they want to be friends with you. They're not like looking down on us. Like, you know who I want to be friends with? Jordan, McCabe, and Tom.
That's not true. I mean, yeah,
they're going
to start with Joe Rogan, and if he doesn't want to be friends, they're just going to move on down the list of podcasts.
Hey, I've been listening to more Joe Rogan. I don't know how I feel about him.
What?
Okay, so I love him on the things that he knows a lot about, but when he starts talking about things he doesn't know about, and his friends who I don't know who they are start talking about it and they are wrong. Like, there's been a few instances where they talk about things that I know more about than they do, and that frustrates me. Like, I want him to know everything about everything.
Okay. I mean, that's an interesting take. I can see where you're getting that from, but I don't know. I love Joe Rogan, and I think I gotta say that because if the aliens do come, we're sending him first. We're sending Joe Rogan. He's going to be the first person that's going to communicate for the rest of our human, because he's a pretty rational dude. All right. He's not too far one way or the other. He's just like, hey, yo, what's up? You want a cigar? Let's sit down and really talk this out. I got a lot of fans on Spotify and YouTube that would really love to hear your side of whatever you're doing here. So if that's the case, that's what we're doing. But I don't know. Let's talk about TikTok, man, before I got to jump out of here. I know you got some kind of, I don't know, rundown of, I swear to God, you and Dave Portnoy better just start DMing each other and just make sure that both you are ready for your weekly rundown of 17-year-old relationships. No.
Okay, I'm a lot younger than Dave Portnoy, first of all, and I've been in the TikTok game a little bit longer than him. First of all, Tyler Hero, also maybe an alien. Maybe an alien. I've thought about Tyler Hero being an alien.
Cannot confirm nor deny.
Okay, cool. He was way better on JJ Redick's podcast than yours, and which like bothered me. Because like he wore sunglasses to yours. Anyways,
we'll get him back on.
Okay, all right. So the TikTok drama, Bryce Hall, who is quickly becoming my least favorite person in the Sway house. He's got beef with Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty, obviously famous artist, not in the top 3 of most money earned of the Lils. I did a thing the other day trying to find out which Lil has made the most money in their career. Lil Yachty is not in the top 3, but he has made more than you think, close to $30 million in his career. But anyways,
wait, how much? 30?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so crazy to me. hold on. Sorry, before we get, because 30 million, like, don't get me wrong. I could be just fine with 30 million, live the rest of my life very happy, whatever, support my, grandkids and all that. But 30 million is not that much. And that's Lil Yachty. Like with the videos that they shoot, you would think that they have an endless stream of money coming in. The jewelry they wear, I mean, it's stacked like a foot and a half out. It covers and causes bad posture for most of them. You would think that they have, like, I'm talking dumb. Like, I would have thought some of these guys are closing in on $1 billion, but you're saying 30 million?
No.
I mean,
probably less, honestly. Probably less.
Playoff P just got like 250.
Yeah, but it's way different. Artists don't make as much as like top NBA players.
I know, but everybody likes to compare NBA players and rappers all the time. I mean,
it's easier to be a rapper.
Huh?
That's a good debate. I think it's easier to be a rapper. James Harden just gave Lil Baby, like, Spencer just said it too. James Harden just gifted Lil Baby. Like, I'm sure they're friends, but like, are they brothers? I don't know. He just gave them $500,000 worth of stuff between like money. He just gave him $100K. Like, here's cash.
He put $100K with 100 honey buns.
It's weird.
Imagine the person working at, the Dollar Tree that had to sell him all those boxes of honey buns. Like, you asshole.
It's way easier to be a rapper. Anybody can mumble in like, candy bar, and they rap. Like, it takes.
I definitely thought about it.
Yeah, come on.
If you're sitting here right now saying you've never thought about starting a rap career, you're lying. You know what I want to do? I'm thinking about getting into country music. I think I could be a country music artist. Dude, I'm so serious. I'm looking at like Mike Stud, and yeah, he's not country, but he's like this, like, I don't know, R&B-ish type, whatever, a little bit of rap, a little bit of whatever. And he was like a college athlete. Like, I think I could do country music, and I love country music. And I know everybody on the show.
Yeah, we heard all about your country music love.
The fact you will support me pisses me off. But anyways, go back into your Lil Yachty. Go ahead.
If you become a big musician, I will run your social and I will help. That would be an honor of mine.
All right, deal.
All right, Bryce Hall and Lil Yachty. Bryce Hall's in Sway. He dates Addison Rae, top 5 most famous female probably in the world right now. Lil Yachty has always made TikToks and stuff about like loving her, wanting to date her, and the D'Amelios. Like, they're jokes. Like, he's really funny, honestly. But he took it a step too far, apparently. He came out with a song the other day where he said he wants to do physical things with Addison Rae. And there's this whole beat now where they went on a podcast together the other day, Lil Yachty and Bryce Hall, and they went at it. Like, Bryce Hall was like, "Who are you?" And Lil Yachty's like, "I made $30 million." And Bryce Hall was like, "I don't care. I'm dating Addison. Whose side are you on?"
I'm siding with Lil Yachty. I can't look at the perms and the dances. I don't want to do it anymore. It's causing me, mental stress and anxiety that I don't want. Lil Yachty, I like Lil Yachty. He's a good dude. But,
I like Lil Yachty
tall guy, I don't know. A real punchable face. If he wants to fight, everybody's fighting nowadays. If he wants to
fight someone, he will fight someone. I guarantee you that he will be on a fight card soon. I definitely think that will happen. He loves it.
Who would you fight if it came down to it? You had to pick a celebrity boxing matchup, like whatever.
I said it the other day. So I'll just say it on here. I want Julian Newman to start boxing. Like, I think that would be like a wise career move for him. I think he's quick. He's got the boxer body. I think he's got that ferociousness. And I thought about who he could box first. And I thought about FaZe Rug, who's like a pretty big YouTuber, but really small. And it's a good first win. So I would take the same approach as Julian, and I would fight FaZe Rug first. T-Jazz, who I love, is another person that comes to mind just because like we're similar size. But like, I wouldn't want to fight T-Jazz. I love T-Jazz. I don't know. Do you have anyone who I should fight? I don't want to fight Jake Paul or Logan Paul first. Like, that sounds awful.
Yeah, you should fight Dave Portnoy.
I would fight Dave Portnoy. Not because I don't like him or Barstool. I just think that would be interesting.
I mean, say what you will, but I think it's just a good matchup. You guys are both kind of built similarly.
Oh my God, shut up. You are an idiot. You are dumb.
You guys can do the same amount of push-ups, 6. And he eats more pizza.
Wait, I can't tell if you're joking or if you don't know that I like work out like that.
I just think it'd be a good matchup. Overtime.
Wait, but
time
like, do you
is
think I'm not in
important.
shape and stuff? I want to know because we haven't like hung out in person in like 3 years.
I'm doing
No, I'm
this
just curious.
No, I think you're in shape. I think you're in good shape. I promise.
Spence, who you got in? Spence, me versus Jordan in a fight.
I mean,
Spence, do not Spence. Come
if
on.
I'm being honest, it would be a good fight. I do think Tom does have this low key, like Tom is like hella strong. It's weird. He doesn't look strong. He doesn't look that strong, but he actually is. But
I also weigh a lot more than you think.
How much you weigh?
Like 175 with a 6-pack.
With the 6-pack. Yeah, I got you there, and I think I got you height and reach.
so not to clown on Larry, because Larry's in incredible shape, but like at Summer Throne last year, like we did this crazy obstacle course that like this military trainer put all the guys through, and Larry finished second. He killed it. Tom smoked him. Like
Really?
Smoked him by like 30 seconds or 40 seconds in a 6-minute course or something.
Look at Tom's chin go up right there. Oh my God, he's peacocking. All right, folks, listen, before we get any more peacocking and Tom, throws out stories that we're not sure if we can even confirm, let's get out of here. I hope you guys are having a good week. Everybody's staying safe. Like I said, tune in Sunday. We are playing Richmond, ESPN, 1:00. Make sure you're tuned in. Tom will be watching LaMelo Ball. I think get Gatorade or something from a corner store. But other than that, everybody else should be locked in. I hope you guys are doing great. Peace and love. We'll see you next week.